Alrighty, let's do this. Let's just talk about this. Can I actually lose weight without destroying my metabolism? This is a question I get asked a lot. Or how do I do these things to lose weight? What's the fastest way? What's the best way? All of this stuff. And a lot of times what we are brainwashed into thinking. I'm going to use the word brainwashed because we're so firmly indoctrinated with this idea that the only way to lose weight is to be in a calorie deficit all the time and all of these other things, right? But if you are constantly in a calorie deficit, you will thrash your metabolism. What is metabolism? What does that mean? Let's just start there. Let's start with what metabolism actually is, okay? So metabolism, when we're looking at your actual, and I'm going to be talking more about this in the live masterclass I'm doing on Tuesday night. So in 2 days, if you are on my wait list, I'm going to put a link here for you to join the wait list right here. Boom, boom. Wait list is in the comments. So if you are on the wait list, you will get notified of this free masterclass that I'm doing. I'm going to talk all about weight loss, metabolism, the female body, so much more in detail and in depth. And then I will be on there for a live Q&A as well. So it's an amazing opportunity to learn more firsthand about metabolism. But what is metabolism? What does this mean, right? What does this mean? Well, first off, it's basically taking your food energy and converting it into cellular energy. That's one of the things. And then there's three things mainly. That, the cellular processes that happen. And then the third thing is, they call it metabolic waste. Metabolic waste, right? Metabolic waste. Now, when we talk about what that is, so this is 1, this is 3, cell energy, and then I'll say processes is 2. Those are the 3 main functions of metabolism. So that's what it's doing. So the main thing that we often think about is how we convert food to energy. I want to burn up all the food that I'm eating. That's what metabolism is. That's only one of the 3 parts of what your metabolism is. Yes. So what we forget is that we also have to support our body and the ability to have waste processes happen. Every time there's a cellular reaction, every time something takes place, there is a byproduct of that. There is a waste product of that, and your body has to be able to eliminate it. So if you do not have enough energy because you are constantly restricting what you're eating, you will not have enough energy to actually get rid of the waste process. That's what can throw everything off in your system. That's a very general way of saying that, but you get what I mean, right? Where it's not like things aren't going to function well. It's like you keep buying groceries, you keep eating the food, and no one takes out the garbage in your house. No one takes out the garbage. They keep shoving more in the garbage. They might get a new garbage bag, but no one actually takes the garbage out of your house. How many weeks would go by before your house would just stink with garbage? Right? How many weeks? I don't know about you, but I have 3 kids and a husband. And so there's 5 people that live in our house, and I would give it, if nobody actually took the gross old garbage out of the house, it would be less than a week. It's stuff like that that really destroys our metabolism. Because if we're not getting enough in for that cell energy to happen, those processes can't happen, and that's part of it, is getting rid of the waste. Getting rid of the waste. That's why a lot of times when I start working with women and I start looking at their hormone levels and all these other things, one of the things we have to start off with is a detox. It is helping your system get rid of all its waste, because this process has been slowed down so much that it can't do it anymore. Now, I know there's some people who say, oh my God, you never need to detox. Oh, body detoxes on its own. It should. It really should. But if you have stress, if you have hormonal imbalances, and you've done things to thrash your metabolism, like constant restrictive dieting, then it's not going to do it. It can't do it. It's like getting in your car and the gas gauge says empty, it's on E. And you're like, that's okay. I'm going to drive to see my friend 3 hours away, but not stop to fill up. You're not going to make it very far, right? So that is the biggest thing when we look at overall metabolism. And and whether or not, you know, you can lose weight with actually not restricting everything. Absolutely, yes, you can. That's the short answer. Sorry. The question two that I got on this, it was somebody asked a question for me. So if you have a question on something, again, if you can't attend the live masterclass that's on Tuesday night in 2 days, put a comment down below. I'd be more than happy to answer it, or do a whole video on it if you want me to. I can do a whole video on it. Yes. So you do not have to be restrictive. You do not always have to be in a calorie deficit. What you do have to do is work with your body's metabolism, work with these cellular processes. Now, the other thing is it's important to look at a few different hormonal things that also impact your metabolism. What would those be? What do you mean? Hormones? Yeah, hormones impact metabolism, right? Now, this is not an exclusive list, but these are some of the things that I look at when I'm working with women, that when we do the Female Hormone Solution program, we test these things or look at these things to make sure that they're functioning well. That gives us an indicator of whether or not your metabolism even has a chance. First one here, cortisol. Kind of a no-brainer, right? Kind of a no-brainer. If your cortisol levels are off, your body's not going to be burning fat. It won't care. It won't care. It's not important to your system if your body's, you know, cortisol levels are off. Cortisol is a stress hormone. You should have a certain amount of it, but it's like the three bears, right? Papa bear, mama bear, baby bear, right? You know, too much, too little, not good. It needs to be just right. Just right. Yes. That's what we're looking at for cortisols. Absolutely. Besides that, and we do that with Dutch testing, right? We talk about that. There's a thyroid, plays a huge role also in your metabolism. And then the other one I'm going to put down here that is related to how your body is collecting adipose tissue or your fat cells. Estrogen. Estrogen, super fun. Estrogen. Depending on what your fat cells are doing, estrogen can actually be made by fat cells, and excess estrogen can be stored within fat cells. This impacts your metabolism. So great, right? So what's important about that is that we actually look at what these levels are. Now, for a thyroid test, I do have to have somebody send out for that, get it from your current physician, or you can even get like an online test. I had somebody just yesterday, their thyroid, this is a little bit of a side note, but their thyroid report came back in. Their TSH was normal. It was normal. Their T3, which is the active thyroid hormone in the body, in the tank. In the tank. This is why we test full thyroid panel, to make sure we know what your metabolism's doing. Yes. So sometimes you have to send out for that separately. Otherwise, the other test that I love doing is, of course, my favorite, Dutch test, where I talk about this all the time. This is included in the Female Hormone Solution program. You will get a Dutch test, and the next program that we're running is actually 6 months. So it comes with a Dutch, and then we do a recheck of your adrenals and everything in another 3 months. Making sure that we're making progress, making sure that things are going in the right path. Yeah. So there is that. Other resources that I have for you are my books, The Female Fat Solution and The Female Menopause Solution. These are on Amazon. Fantastic resources where I deep dive into more of this, as well as talk about how to eat for your hormones and your cycle. And then I also have my YouTube channel, which is called Dr. Beth Westie. Subscribe to that so you can stay updated on all the videos that I have coming out. And then I have my podcast, The Female Health Solution. I've got some amazing episodes coming out. So if you are a podcast person, tune into that because it's amazing. Then I also have my tinctures for your hormones, the adrenal balance. I designed this for the female body, as well as the estrol balance and progesterone balance. These are also for the female body, taken days 1 through 14, days 15 through 28, to align with what your system's doing to help your system function better so that your hormones do not negatively impact your metabolism more. Yeah. So that's what I got for you guys today. Please let me know if there's any other questions. Please let me know if there's anything you want me to deep dive into more. You can either comment on this video or just make sure you're on that wait list. And then Tuesday night, so in 2 days, jump on that masterclass and we will dive into and answer any questions that you have there too. So, all right, have a great rest of your night and I will see you later. Bye.